his game since 2016. Now he's in 2025 with a different podcast with live guests for the first time. Welcome to Celso Talks Podcast. 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 Celso Talks Podcast about to start with Celso Luis Santiago Jr. transmitting live from Dunkirk, New York. Welcome to Celso Talks Podcast. Celso Talks Podcast. Celso Talks Podcast. Celso Talks Podcast.
What's good, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Celso Talks Podcast with your host, Celso Luis Santiago Jr. It is November 21st, 2025, and the time right now is 12:27 in the afternoon. Good afternoon, everybody, and let's go and talk about different topics right here in Celso Talks Podcast, transmitting live from Dunkirk, New York. And let me tell you something. Let me put this a little bit back. All right. Let me tell you something, guys. There's a lot of things that I want to talk about. There's a lot of topics that I want to talk about. And this topics right here, might get a little deep, might get a little kind of personal, might get a little, who knows? We'll see how it's going to go. Anyway, so I was on Facebook. This topic that I'm going to talk about. I might get a little bit upset in this topic, where it reminds me, or not reminds me. What's the word that I'm trying to look for? It makes me realize that I'm living in a world where it's corrupted, where it's not only corrupted, but it's full of hatred, full of ignorance, and I live in a generation where the generation is totally, completely lost. And when I do see this Facebook post, and I see the comments where this generation think that everything is a joke, where everything is laughable, where they don't take things seriously, where they would even laugh at somebody getting killed in public, or somebody getting hurt, seriously hurt. And it's ridiculous. It's ridiculous that I'm living in this generation. I'm not part of this generation. You know what I mean? I'm not. I am what you call Gen X or millennial. I was born in 1983. Yes, I'm 42 years old. And sometimes I do wish there was a time machine where I could go back to the 80s, I could go back to the 90s or the early 2000s, or sometimes I wish there was a um, spaceship where you had the chance to live in another world. And sometimes, if that was the case where you can be in this spaceship and just travel or move to another world, I think I would have done it. I would have been one of the first persons to do it. I would have done it in a heartbeat. But sadly, that's not the case. Unfortunately, that does not exist. So I have no choice to live in the generation. And I was looking on Facebook. I mean, I always do. I was always look on Facebook or Twitter or uh, Snapchat. Just to make it a topic to talk about in my podcast, right? I don't know if you guys remember watching Miss Universe, which I want to congratulate Miss Universe Mexico for winning the Miss Universe tournament, which I knew she was going to win. I really knew she was going to win. I was rooting for Miss Puerto Rico and Miss Universe. I mean, Miss Universe Puerto Rico or Miss Universe Mexico. And, Mexico, she won. She got that, so congratulations to you. And there was I think there was um, I don't know which Miss Universe she was, but um, one of the Miss Universe, I guess she was walking on the stage, but she was focusing on the cameras. That's what they teach them to do. They teach them to always focus on the cameras, always focus on the paparazzi, whoever is taking taking the pictures. Uh, they are trained for that. They teach them that. They teach them that. That's what they are trained to do. To no matter what, do not lose focus. Do not take your focus out of the camera while you are in how to say, in a catwalk or whatever they call it. But she's modeling, she's walking, she's focusing on the camera, she's focusing on everybody, taking pictures and stuff like that. While she is in the universe and she's on stage. So sadly, I guess, of course, she was not focusing on what's in front of her, because when she's walking, she got her face looking this way. She's posting whatever, however she posting. She's smiling. She's looking at the camera. She's looking at the people taking pictures of her, because it is a contest that she's in, a contest that she is in front of an audience. She's in front of the audience, The whole world is looking at her. And she cannot, no matter what happens, no matter what she does, she cannot lose focus on the cameras. If she would do it, that was probably a point that they're going to take out from her, and she would lose. So she kept walking, and sadly, she fall from the stage. She had to be get carried on a stretcher, and she had to be taken to emergency. So I want to uh pray for send her all my prayers that that she get out of the hospital, and she can heal uh from that fall. And I mean, that could happen to anybody. That could happen to anybody. Now, here is what I'm going to get a little upset, where while I was looking at one of those posts. Sorry guys, I'm drinking coffee. Iced coffee, iced coffee. While I was looking at, I'm looking at the post, and I'm looking what the post was saying, and next thing you know, I see the comments. Of course, it's not going to be no great comments, when it comes to, to whatever you post on Facebook. And you see people laughing about this, thinking that this is a joke, which is not a joke. This is not a joke. Luckily, I don't know. It doesn't say if she has some, uh, if she broke some bones. I don't know. It just said that she was taken to the hospital. She was taken to emergency. And the audacity, the nerve of some of these people in the comments thinking that everything is a joke. This is our people that are doing this the whole time. They are doing this. We're talking about keyboard warriors that are doing this the whole freaking time, where they are sitting or living with their mothers, where they are living in the mom's basement, just typing because they are too scared. They are too scared to say on people's faces. Because this is the only way where they are safe at home. They are safe in whatever they sleeping in. So they're going to be cowards to type on their keyboard, or maybe on their Dollar Tree cell phones, or salvation. Oh my God, Lord have mercy. I'm sorry. This is what you get when you little tired, because I'm still tired. Oh my God, can I even say it right now? This is crazy. Salvation Army. There you go. Lord have mercy. I thought I forgot my English for a minute. Jesus Christ. Let's keep going. So they over here on the Salvation Army phones, and they like to go ahead and go on the keyboards, and oh, I think this is funny. Yeah, this is funny right here. Okay, oh yeah, ha ha ha. Emoji, laughing emoji, ha ha ha. When I'm over here living at my mother's house, living in my mom's basement without paying no rent because I have no job, I have no life, and I have nothing else to do but go in social media and laugh about people, talk about people, because this is what I'm going to do. And I'm going to put a picture of something in my profile so nobody can see my page when I'm complaining Excuse me. Lord have mercy. I have my phone. Hold on. I'm great. When I'm complaining, when I'm complaining about wrestling, I'm complaining about shows. I'm complaining about Triple H. I'm complaining about this. I'm complaining about that. And this is the only way that I could just go ahead and talk about people because I'm a coward and I'm like 1,000 miles away, probably 6 hours, 7 hours away from the person that I post that comment, and that person doesn't know my address. So I'm still going to talk about it because I am a coward. And I'm going to say it's diabolical because this woman, this Miss Universe, she could have lost her life. Thank God that there was nothing on the floor when she fell from that stage. There could have been something sick and sticking out, and she could have landed on it and lost her life. Like people saying, "Oh, she should have known better." No, she's doing something that their trainers, their coaches teach her as a model. You cannot lose focus. You cannot lose focus from the cameras because that is what they train to do. So how can she know better? No, it's not her fault. I think that they should have the people from the Miss Universe contest. They should have known better. They should have known better. They should have people on the edge or something. I don't know on the edge of the stage. I don't know. They should have people over there when if she does, you know, before how can I say this? Before she stepped on the edge, they should have people to stop her to make sure she doesn't fall from the stage. How she how she should have known? It could have happened to anybody. Okay, example, fellas. Let's say that you driving your car, right? And you see this beautiful, sexy mama, and you're in your car, and then you see this sexy mama, drive, walking on the sidewalk, and you're like, damn, girl, and you driving on your car, you know what I mean, and you're gonna be looking, you're not paying attention to what's in front of you because your focus that it used to be on the road got distracted by the beautiful, sexy mama. So what did you do? You look on your right, or you look on your left, and you're still gonna be like, "Damn, mama, you look good. Damn." You know what I mean? And what happened? Soon as you uh, took your focus from the road, and you got distracted by a beautiful woman, what's gonna happen? An accident can happen. It's the same thing if you driving your car, driving on the road, and or for somebody calls you and Once you do this, who's calling you, what's gonna happen? You can get in a car accident. Or let's say, for example, you walking, you walking, I don't know, in a sidewalk, and you talking to your friends, right? You guys having a great conversation, but you're not looking what in front of you, and next thing you know, you hit a stop sign. It happens to people. Why? Because we cannot see what's in front of us if our face is this way or that way. We can't see. We can hit a wall. We can hit a stop sign, whatever. This woman is distracted. Her focus is not what is in front of her. Her focus is what is on her side, which is the cameras, the paparazzi, the audience, the people that taking the pictures. So she's doing what she's trained to do, to never lose focus on the camera. She fell from the edge, she fell from the stage. They say that she did not get up. She hit the floor really, really hard. And I don't think for me, I don't think that's something that people should be laughing. But of course, like I said, I always forget that I'm living in a very diabolical world, a very cruel world that is ruled and controlled by idiotic people. It's ruled and controlled by a lot of people that are ignorant, and it's ruled and controlled by a generation that is brainwashed by social media, which they are puppets of social media. And it's like this is nothing that you should be laughing about, because, like I said, this girl could have lost her life. She could have, she could have landed on an object that is sticking. Thank God it didn't happen. Thank God it didn't happen. I think she just had minor injuries. So I pray for a speedy recovery. For this girl. Like, damn, like, that's really bad. That you know she was doing what she was trying to do when she fought for the stage. I don't think this is funny whatsoever. And it's crazy, man. It is crazy, the world that we are living. We're living in a cruel world. We're living in a crazy world where it's ruled by brainless, what's the word that I'm trying to say? Brainless zombies. Is ruled by very diabolical people. And we have no choice but to live in this uh, lost generation. We're living in a lost generation. And it's crazy, man. It's like, these people laugh about everything and think everything is a freaking joke. Like, grow up. Grow up. Not everything is a joke. Not everything is laughable. There's sometimes that, there's, like my grandma and my grandparents used to say. There's a time to cry. There's a time to laugh. There's a time to joke around. There's a time to take things seriously. Not all the time it's about joking and laughing. You know, there's a time to joke, there's a time to laugh, there's a time to get mad, there's a time to cry, there's a time to take it seriously. And my grandfather used to say, I want to sing in Spanish, and I'm going to try to sing in English. Lo poquito divierte y lo mucho enfada. Let me see, I'm going to try to translate in English because sometimes it always happens. Every time I want to translate, I get nervous, and even though I do translate, I am bilingual, and I do translate. I lie at my job. The little things are funny. No, no, I want to say it this way: when you joke around for a little while, it's funny. But if you joke around for a long time, it's not funny. Which it means there's a time to and there's a time to laugh. There's a time to take it seriously. And while you keep joking around the whole time, people are going to get tired of it. People are going to get tired of the same joke over and over again. Or when people try to be serious and you over here laughing, people are going to get mad. They're not going to like it because, like, okay, I'm being serious right now. This is not a joke. This is something that is it's serious. And I just don't understand that why people would think. I saw the video when she fall, and I was like, oh my god, like I feel sad for her. I really did. And the first thing I was like, is she okay, or is something happened to her? And they say, yeah, they had to, she would have to be carrying, carrying a stretcher and take it to emergency. And I was just like, nah, man. But of course, it's this generation, man, is so lost. So lost for real. Now that we're talking about uh, jokes, there's something that I want to talk about, and this can happen at your job. This can happen whatever. This can happen wherever you are, where people can't joke around, but they take it too far. Where when I get it, I'm a comedian too. I'm a comedian and I joke around people and but I know my limits. I know my limits. Where I do understand that I need to be careful how I joke around people. I'm very observant. I'm very observant. And I can know like, okay, you know what? Maybe this person not gonna like it, or I'm not gonna take it too far. So I play it safe. I always play it safe where when I joke around people, and I always think I use my hand and I say, hold on, you know what? I could joke around with this person, but this person look like, if I take it too far, this person gonna get offended. And I think about that, and I understand that as a comedian myself. I do understand where not to take it far. I'll take it far if the audience allowing me to, where they feel comfortable with me taking it too far, where they not gonna get offended, when they're not gonna get angry, not gonna get mad. And that's why I pick and choose my jokes. I pick and choose my jokes, or what jokes not to use, what to use. And what I do is I put in my head first, and I put myself in the audience shoes. I put myself on that person's shoes, and I said, you know what, and I played the joke in my head before I go and you know joke around that person, or joke around my friends. I put it in my head first, and I say, you know what, okay, I took it too far, because if I didn't like it, if I didn't like the joke, and if I took it too far, I know that the person in front of me, or my friends or the audience, is not going to like it. Where it's all about respect. It's all about respect. But at the same time, if you keep joking around, doing the same joke over and over and over again, people are going to get tired. People are not even going to be able to be around you. They're not going to. They're not going to be able to be around you. And this is when you need to understand, in putting your head that, okay, you know what? I'm going to take it too. I'm taking it too far. I'm just going to stop. I'm just going to leave it alone. But a lot of people don't understand that. Where you keep going with the same joke every single day, people are going to get tired. People are not going to be want to be around you, because it's all about respect. It's all about respect. This is why a lot of people love me, because I very understandable. I do understand. When I do joke around, I put myself in their shoes, and I'll say, you know what? Maybe I'm not gonna use this joke because I don't know that this person look like, not gonna like it. This person gonna get offended, gonna get mad at me, and that's not what I want. I always like to make people laugh, always, and I always do. I always do. This one joke that I don't do. Excuse me. That I don't do, where, and I'm gonna say this. No, I have nothing against gay people. I have nothing against gay pride. I have nothing against woke. I respect them. I respect the decisions. I respect their feelings. I respect their how do you say that? I do respect their rules. I respect everything that has to do with them. I respect them, because I'm a person. I don't see colors. I don't. I don't see colors. I don't see either person is straight. I don't see the person is gay. I don't see the person either person is transsexual. I don't see none of that. That's, for me, is not visible. For me, it doesn't exist. Why? Because when I see people, I see a human being just like me. a human being with feelings, just like me. I don't see the person is black or Puerto Rican or white or Indian. I don't see that because I could have a conversation with anybody. I will even go to a bar, and if I see somebody, they a gay person, I will sit there next to that person, and I will talk with that person. We will have some chicken wings. We will have some drinks. Hey, how you doing? How are you? How was your day? Wow, have a great day. I will shake, I will shake their hands. I will speak. When I speak, I will look straight to their eyes because that is the respectful way to talk to somebody. When somebody talk to you, you look straight to their eyes. It's very respectful. But when it comes to joking around, I don't know how you call it. I don't know how to say it. So I just hope nobody get offended by the way I'm gonna say it because I don't know how do you call it. People call it gay jokes. So please do not be offended on me because I don't know how to call it. I never did in my life. I never did those type of jokes. It's not that I don't know how to do it. I chose not to do it because number one, when it comes to the gay community, you gotta be very careful how you joke around with those type of jokes. I learned that you cannot even say the gay world. You cannot even say that because some people will get offended because there are limits, there are lines that you cannot cross. Because I respect gay pride. I respect. I think they call woke. I respect the woke because they are human beings. Like I say, I'm not in real life, but I'm colorblind, which it means I don't see if the person is black. I don't see if the person is white. I only see a human being in front of me. A human that I'm going to respect. A human that I'm going to treat with respect. Where I don't care if the person is from the woke or if it's whatever nationality it is. It could be an alien from Mars. And if I see an alien from Mars living in this world, I'm still going to respect it. I'm still going to treat it with respect. And those type of jokes, I don't do it because those type of jokes can be offended. Those type of jokes can offend people. You know what I mean? But a lot of people say, "Oh, but Celso, and I heard you saying, which is was for me, it was stupid because I never did it with my friends. I never did it with my homeboys. Where I think they'll say, "Oh, but sometimes you need to act gay towards your homies." No, that's a myth. That's a lie. That's a myth. That's a lie. I never seen a man acting gay to his homeboy. I never see that in my life. Maybe because I'm 42. Maybe because I'm old. I'm older. Maybe I come from a different generation. Maybe because I was how can I say that? I was raised differently. I never seen that. I never did it with my homeboys because as my parents taught me, like my father, my grandfather taught me, when you have a homeboy, you treat that person like a man. You talk to that person like a man. You know what I mean? When it comes, how can I say this? When it comes to guy talk, we talk about women. That's what we do. We talk about women. We talk about damn, the things that we do with the girls or whatever, and we do some guy talk. It's like, for example, girl talk. What girls talk about? Men. They talk about men. They talk about man problems. Women talk about women problems. That's what we do. We talk about women problems. We talk about women. That's what we do. I have never in my life, I talk about something gay to my homeboys because like I say, I put myself first. I put myself first on their shoes, and I said, you know what? If I don't like people to, I don't want people to do those type of jokes on me. Did I know that my friend would not like for me to do those type of jokes on him? We are living in the world right now where things are different. How many comedians had gotten problems? I could name, I could name different comedians right now that got in trouble for even saying gay. Kevin Hart. Oh yeah, Kevin Hart got in trouble for using those type of jokes. Who else? Eddie Murphy, another great comedian that these comedians had to do an apology on video for using those type of jokes. I'm gonna do a little example. I know Kevin Hart used to have a show back in the day. I don't know. I think it's called Hollywood Husbands. I think it is. And there was a part where, even though it was just part of the show, um, I think he got. It's funny because, like I said, he's part of the show. Kevin Hart is a very funny comedian, and where he got in trouble in the show, but it was just part of it was scripted. It was all part of the show, but he made an episode where he got in trouble, which it happened in real life. He got in trouble for saying gay. Like he said, that's gay. Like pineapples, that's gay. He got in trouble for that. Where in real life, he had to do a video apology to apologize to the gay community, the woke community. And there were many comedians that had to do that because a lot of people get offended. They do. which is understandable. It's very understandable. Where the word respect comes, and I don't do those type of jokes. I don't, because I do understand. I got the understanding that maybe it could be funny for me, but it's not going to be funny to the person that's next to me. It's not going to be funny to the person that's in front of me. It's not going to be not going to be funny to the person behind me. It's not going to be funny to a friend of mine or either a co-worker of mine. Where if I do use those type of jokes, that person can feel uncomfortable around me. And as a worker, I don't want people to feel uncomfortable around me. Okay, let's see if we got something. Hey, hello Taylor. How you doing, my brother? So, like I said, maybe because I'm 42. Maybe because I'm old. I'm very old. My brother, I'm doing very great. How you doing, my brother? How you doing, man? Like I was saying, man. Maybe because Oh, you still wrestling? Okay, good. That's good, my brother. That's good to know, man. Nice. So I got a question. I got a question. Are you thinking to retire soon, or? I mean, I retire. I retire next year. I'm done. Next year, next year I'm gonna retire, man. Yeah, I'm gonna. Oh, you guys. Oh, it's December 6th. Okay, my brother. All right. Hold on. Let's see. I need to use my glasses. I'm sorry. Hold on. I'm not ready to retire. I got another 5 or. Okay, good. Now I mean, man, I'm done. I mean, I'm done next year, bro. I'm done next year. Next year, I'm just gonna go and wrestle. I'm doing a C2K 2025 February tour, and I'm just gonna do at least for from April all the way to probably August or September of 2026, and I'm done. Yeah, my body's hurting. Where my body right now is saying, "Help! Why you keep doing this? Stop!" Yeah, my body is hurting big time. Where I need to listen to my body, and I just gotta go and and I mean, I thank God that God gave me a chance to to say, hey, you know what? I'm gonna let you go in the ring one more time, but you gotta after that you gotta cut it. So yeah, I have I got a it's like right here behind my neck. It's like what do you call it? It's a pinched nerve that might need surgery. I don't know. And it hurts from the back of my neck goes down to this arm. So it's all here, and most of the pain is right here, where I could see like I could feel like a like a ball something, like a hard spot here, somewhere here. And while working, I'm like, oh, it hurts. You know, one of my right knee is not good. Where I had a right knee effusion. There was liquid in my on my right knee, and they took most of the liquid, but there's still a little bit in there. So yeah, it's just a freaking needle like this. They put it right in in your freaking knee, and they take all that liquid out of it. And yeah, where I had to like do some, I had to do some therapy. For my right knee, I had to do some therapy um for my for my neck and my back shoulder. I'm still doing therapy for that still. Um, and also back in 2019, um, I injured my right hand when I was working, where my hand got stuck in a machine. And right now, they telling me, my doctor's telling me that my hand is not like it used to be, where they say that a surgery is needed, but I'm not gonna go to that surgery because they talking about if I do that surgery, I'm gonna have like a plate in my hand, and at the same time they say that I'm going to not only gonna have like a plate in my hand, I think it's something in my hand, and at the same time they told me that if I do it, I'm going to be out for 10 months, and I cannot afford to be out for 10 months. I can't afford that. So I just, deal with the pain. I got I got pills with sometimes, yeah, I do got pain pills where I don't take it that much because I don't want to get addicted. No, I don't want to do that. So yeah, where my body is hurting a lot. My body's hurting every day. I'm always in pain. And I even yeah, the decision was mine, but at the same time, my doctors told me you need to go ahead and hang it up. You gotta hang it up. You need to, and it took a lot of convincing, to the doctors. I say, hey, you know what? If I retiring, I'm gonna do it the right way. I want to do it in the ring. I want to do at least a farewell tour, where there's places that I haven't wrestled yet. I do want to wrestle. Um, in Tennessee, Lafayette, Tennessee, Racine, Wisconsin, and other places that I haven't wrestled before. I just want to go ahead and and do it. And they're like, okay, we're giving you at least 5 months or 6 months to do it, and that's it. So I'm like, okay, I'm just, I just doctor's orders, and yeah, I need to hang it up. I need to stop. I need to. Body's hurting a lot. I'm always in pain every single day. I'm always in pain every single day, and where, like I said, my body's like, hey, you know, topping out. I'm topping out. So yeah, I gotta listen to my body. Like sometimes while we do those type of wrestlings, we think that we are immortal. We think that we are unstoppable, but reality hits you right in the face, and I say you're not unstoppable. You're not immortal. You're a human being. organs and nerves and muscles and yeah, yeah. So yeah, so I'm definitely hanging it out. I'm doing my farewell tour starting on April 15, 2026, and ending at least either August or September of 2026. So yeah, definitely, have to hang it up next year. And but right now, I'm just doing therapy. For I'm out. I can't wrestle for at least five. I think December. Let's see, December and five for 5 months. For 5 months, I gotta be in therapy for 5 months, and into on April. To in April, that's when I'm going to start wrestling. That's when I'm to start doing the February tour and on C2K Courage to Kill. And then on August or September 2026, C2K it will go, disappear with the sunset. So yeah. But anyway, like I was saying, guys. So and first, I want to say, I had to say I had to say that, but I forgot to say it. You know, James Taylor, my brother, thanks for coming, man. Thanks for watching. A legendary backyard wrestler. James Taylor is a great wrestler, one of the greats out there, and still wrestling to this day. And thank you for watching and coming to to my show, to my podcast. Um, like I was saying, maybe because I'm old, I'm 42 years old, and I'm all about respect, where I play it safe when I joke around with people, where I put myself first. Like I said, I put myself first. I play that joke in my head first. And depends on how I feel. If I don't like the joke, then I say, okay, you know what? If I didn't like the joke, this person not gonna like it either. So I'm not gonna use that type of joke where I don't know how people they call it. They call it gay jokes. I don't use those type of jokes. I don't. I don't use it on people, not even on my friends, because I don't know how they're gonna feel. I don't know how they're gonna act. I don't know if they're gonna like it or not. You know what I mean? And yeah, I don't have, I respect everyone. Um, so yeah, those type of jokes I don't use them whatsoever, because I don't like people to use it on me. I don't like it. Like, okay, that's it. Okay, you're doing too much. You're going too far. You're crossing the line. And that's when a lot of people need to understand that. You cannot say, "Oh, I'm a comedian," but not understand that there's a line that you cannot cross, and there's some jokes that you cannot use. So you need to be very understandable when it comes to being a comedian. You know what I mean? So yeah, I don't like people doing those type of jokes on me, and that's why I don't use some jokes on people. If I if I if I see if there's a joke that I don't like, I'm not gonna use it on people. If there's something I don't like, I don't use it at all. But if I like a joke where I know that okay, this joke is gonna make people laugh, this joke is not gonna get people offended, this joke is not, I think about that. Even at work, even at work, you need to be careful of what kind of jokes you use at work, because that can make your coworker uncomfortable. That can really make your coworker uncomfortable. Like you don't want your coworker not to want to work with you. Like as I mean, how can I say this? Um, as far as I know, I'm very likable in my job. As far as I know, people are comfortable around me because I know how to joke around. I know how to treat people. I respect people, and where even line leaders, when they see me coming at the line, they go, "Okay, here's Celso. All right, let's work." He's a good worker, and then he does this, he does that. And he likes to make people laugh. He likes to make people comfortable around him. Where I'm not going to have to change him from one line to another line because people don't want to work with him, and they don't gotta go through that. So because they know that I'm very respectable. I like to respect people, and I treat people the right way. Where those type of jokes I don't use on our own people because I don't want people to feel any type of way. I want people to feel comfortable around me. So when I work with them, because let me tell you something straight. I'm not going to say this. I'm going to say straight up. You do not know what people go through at home, where sometimes these people, when they come from home to work, the work, I mean, their job is their safe place, is their place of peace, where either for 4 hours or 6 hours or straight 8 hours, they are away from the problems, the drama they're going at home, where they feel comfortable working those 8 hours, not only because it's they making money, but at the same time, they how can I say this? It's a place for them where they can breathe, where they can be away from the problems and drama they go through at home. And they come to work, and then you come, make them feel any type of way, make them feel comfortable. You making it worse for them because they're like, damn, I go into drama. I'm at home already. Sorry, guys. This happens. I'm sorry, guys. I apologize. I need to stop eating the table. So this is what happened when I do get very when I like a topic, when I like to when there's a topic that I like, I start like hitting the like because I get excited and stuff like that. Um, but it's like you got some people that go through stuff at home. They go to drama at home, and next thing you know, you over here coming with this type of jokes and uh, you making it worse for them. You don't even know if that person is thinking about suicide. You know, you need to be careful how you treat people. You need to be careful how you joke around people because you don't understand what the problems they're going through, the dramas they're going through. You don't know. You don't want to be people to feel comfortable around uncomfortable around you. You want people to be comfortable around you. So that you need to know when to stop, when to say enough is enough. This person is tired. And who is calling me right now? I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I apologize. I apologize. Nobody call me. Nobody call me when I'm on my podcast. Please. But yeah, you don't know. You don't know what people go through. You don't know what people go through. That's why I don't use those type of jokes because sometimes those jokes can really offend somebody. But anyway, guys, this is was the last minute of my episode, and I want to thank everybody for listening to my podcast, watching my podcast. Uh, James Taylor, my brother, thanks for watching me and coming to my podcast. Thank for everybody to watching my podcast, and I'll see you into the next episode of Celso Talks Podcast with your host Celso Luis Santiago Jr. Have a blessed day and God bless you.